From the creator of the grilling glaze, the caramelized onions, and the soy syrup comes this new versatile sauce, the kale and spinach pesto. If you watch this channel, you know that my cooking is all about components. If you need to learn how to make a new condiment, I believe that it should have at least 5 uses, but if possible, I prefer that number to be infinite. This twist on pesto is that kind of sauce. You can make it with kale, spinach, Swiss chard, or a mixture of all 3. You can put it on toast, on pasta, on fish, on chicken, on beans, on anything your heart desires. First, we need to choose the greens. I've tested this sauce with baby greens that come pre-washed in boxes and with mature greens that are sold in bunches. Both worked, but the baby greens produced a more delicate texture. If you're using mature greens, not only will you need to wash them, but also remove the kale and chard stems. With spinach stems, you can use your judgment. Some of them are tender enough to use. Unlike the basil pesto, which uses raw basil, this sauce uses wilted greens. Let's set a big pan with a couple tablespoons of olive oil over medium heat. When the pan is hot, add your greens. I find that this sauce tastes best when you combine a hearty green like kale with a more delicate green like chard or spinach. Some stores sell a mix of all 3, but I couldn't find it this week, so I bought 1 box of kale and 1 box of spinach. If you want the garlic flavor in your sauce to be mild, throw in a sliced garlic clove to cook with the greens. If you want it to be sharper, add the garlic later when pureeing the sauce. Cover for a minute or 2, just to start the wilting process, and then cook, stirring constantly until the greens wilt. Season the greens with a little salt, get them out of the pan and spread on a plate to cool. I like to use all the juice the greens release. Unlike the traditional pesto, which is very heavy on oil, this one has a lighter feel since a lot of oil is replaced with the moisture from the leaves. Once the leaves get to lukewarm, they are ready to use. Put them into the food processor. Add some pine nuts. Whether you toast them or not doesn't make any difference here. A little sliced Parmesan cheese, zest of 1 lemon, and a couple of teaspoons of lemon juice. And if you have it, some pomegranate molasses. Every cook has their secret ingredient, and this one is mine. A good pinch of salt and give it all a buzz. Scrape the bowl as needed to get a coarse puree. Then add a 1/4 cup of olive oil through a feed tube. Sorry I filmed it so badly, you'll just have to take my word for it that the oil is going in right now. Once your sauce looks like this, taste and adjust for salt and acidity. You can eat the sauce as a dip, but today I'll show you a pasta dish that my kid and I have been making an awful lot for a weekday lunch during the pandemic. Boil some boxed pasta and green beans in generously salted water. Since I'm using the hearty Kentucky Wonder beans today, I added them right along with my pasta, but if I was using more slender green beans, I'd add them for the last 3 to 4 minutes when the pasta is almost done. While the pasta is cooking, I use the same pan that was used for cooking the kale and spinach to toast some pine nuts over medium heat. Watch them closely so that they don't burn. Although I don't toast them for the sauce, I feel like they're worth toasting when left whole. Take the pan off heat and cool a little. Then add a handful of golden raisins. When the pasta is ready, drain it in a colander and add to the pan with the pine nuts and the raisins. Add a few chunks of butter and about half of the pesto. The leftover pesto will keep well for a few days in the fridge. My husband and I like anchovies in this dish, but we haven't converted our kids into anchovy lovers yet. So I'll separate a little pasta for them and then add the anchovies. 2 fillets per person seems like a good amount. If you got your anchovies packed in oil, dry them off and chop into little pieces. As always, taste and correct for salt and acidity. Mine needed a bit more lemon juice. Now you know what our weekday lunches look like. By the way, I never thought I'd say this, but I like whole wheat pasta sometimes. For years, I thought it tasted like cardboard, but lately I found the Sfollini brand at Whole Foods and fell in love with it. Nope, Sfollini is not sponsoring this video. They didn't send me any free samples. I just like their products. Next week, I'll show you how you can use this green sauce in a fish dish, so don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button for notifications. Here are more very detailed culinary tutorials for you to check out, and the link to my online classes is in the description below.